that's like on display in the world.
It is really on display in the world. So I'm going to do what's coming in and what's going out. And if I can find it, the cards I'm using today are a little different. I think I was feeling this because of Pope Francis, but oh, you can't see it. Oh, that's awesome. How does this work? Ooh, aha! Mystical Tarot of the Saints. This is a deck that I have. I'm not very familiar with it. I haven't used it very many times. So when I draw a card, I'm going to give you my interpretation of it, and then I'm going to actually read from the book what the interpretation is, because I don't know all of the saints, and it is not anything that's on my lottery card to learn. So I'm going to just take a minute here, and I'm going to shuffle these cards. I'm going to think about next week and the Taurus sun and the Taurus moon. Think about the energy of peace and how that can permeate through everything. So the first card is what's coming in for next week. Four of Staffs. Well, let's see if I can get this up here so you can see it. I'm just going to set this up here for a minute. I really can't see it because of the chat. Ooh, oh, there we go. Yay. Four of Staffs. So this is the Four of Wands, which is perfect for Taurus sun and Taurus new moon. The Four of Wands, first of all, these folks are in front of a statue, giving praises or something. Let's see if I can make this work for me. There we go. They're in front of a statue. They've got candles lit. There's some magic happening, some prayers happening. Of course, that's happening in Italy. There's hundreds of thousands of people there, traveling right now to where the Pope is being laid to rest, to the Vatican, to, where they find their support and their uplift, and they're praising it. I also see like some incense. I remember incense in church, some different fragrances. I do love that there's some pink in here, and there's a road. So it's really like a lot of travelers have come a long, long way. So maybe it is that you're going to have a meeting. Maybe it is that someone's going to come to you. First of all, if anyone asks to pray for you, then absolutely let them pray. It's kind of one of those vibes there. A lot of us, it's very difficult to allow people to say nice things to us or to do nice things for us. And I think this is also an indicator next week. Like if you have some people who are wanting to, help you out, wanting to offer you support. I think roses, maybe it's my last name, but I keep seeing these trees here, these blossoms, and spring here in Kansas City, Missouri, and all that beautiful green. It's just really fortunate. I feel like this is really heartfelt. So I feel like there's a whole lot of love and stability coming in next week. I feel like, maybe it is that you're going to celebrate someone. So maybe it's someone's birthday next week. Like this might even be for someone for real. So it looks like there's going to be a whole lot of celebrations this week. And, for me, it's just let people celebrate you. Okay. Maybe there's, and probably prom. Those pom-poms make me think of that too. So, maybe they're just good times coming in for you next week, but I feel like there's a good grounded, supportive, collection of things that are going to happen. You're probably going to meet with friends or family. And I feel like if this is a time that you want to tell them something, that they will really support you and uplift you. If you want to, honestly, like, I don't know, this is a really grounded time. So, if you want to tell anybody anything, this is a really great time. I feel like you've got the support there. Okay. And I just feel like anything that I feel like there's just going to be a lot of grounding energy here. And I think that if this is for you, then just do it. Just say it. Okay. Just do or say it. And then I said I would read from the book because I'm not very familiar with this. And this is the Four of Staffs, which is, oh, wow. The book was open up to the Four of Staffs. I'm not even playing. But anyway, I know you can't see that, but just trust me. In this card, we see a merry scene placed at the peak of spring with a lot of cherry and pink plum blossoms, as well as green grass symbolizing freshness and fertility, and a sunny sky representing positivity. Yeah, I as a menopausal person, I don't always click into fertility, even though I do align with like an Empress energy. It's just, you know, the womb is like, eh. The womb has always been like, meh, whatever. But there are 6 people gathered around the stone statue, and 4 of them are holding their golden staffs high in the sky and celebrating the merry occasion. Maybe I'll just put this over my face and read. Maybe. This is a card of harmony, pleasure, and life's balance. This is a good omen for rise on the social ladder, gaining influential friends and profitable journeys. Ooh, I really like that. I do see a lot of professional things happening. So if you're going to start your own business, or if you've already started your own business, this is a really grounded time for you right now. And I feel like the resources that you need to get a move on will be there if you just ask for it. This is something I'm going through too. Like, I don't want to ask, but every single time that I've asked for something like that, I've always had a really good reaction from the people that I'm asking from. So manifest, manifest, manifest. And let's see here. When this card comes up in a career reading, it foretells that you will have a very pleasant and merry team building activity in the near future. You might even make some very valuable social connections. In a love reading, this is a card that is an omen of a marriage celebration. An omen of a marriage celebration. Okay. If you already had planned a wedding, this card means that all will go well. In a spiritual reading, this card represents good fortune and blessings that will soon shower your life because of all the hard work and courage and good deeds you've done in the past. I like that. All right, so that's what's coming in. I really feel like there's going to be some great stuff coming in for you this next week, especially if you act. Maybe there's some graduations and stuff happening, but I feel like it's a good positive vibe, and I'm hoping the weather like holds out for you on that. All right, so that's what's coming in. Some stability, some support, some grounding for sure. Gosh, I hope you ain't getting grounded. Don't get in trouble. I'm trying to change the way every single time I hear that word because of my upbringing and my own personal Saturn daddy that I created. Grounded means grounded. It means you've done something bad, and that's not the case. I'm trying to change that. All right, what is going out for you this week? The 5 of Swords. So the 5 of Swords, oh, this is beautiful. It looks like there's someone in a field of lavender with 5 swords. There are 4 swords behind and 1. So, you know, like, I want to think about this for a minute. There's also 2 chalices there. I think for me, for this card, I think this is that part of the week where we may find it hard to be assertive, or we are holding on to something that we've done or said in the past that we just can't get past, like that we can't forgive ourselves for. I don't know if that makes sense, but sometimes we say some really effed up stuff, you know, on purpose sometimes, but most of the time unintentional. And I feel like this is somebody who's just like holding on to past holding on to past thoughts or even actions or words that they're not exactly proud of. And, you know, maybe it is not the first time that this has come up for them in their lives, but I think that this is the last one that they're holding on to, like the biggest one, the one that made the most negative impact on their life. I think it's time to get rid of that thing, whatever that is for you, whatever it is that you're most embarrassed about. So I'll tell you a story, something that I've always been most embarrassed about, so much so that I don't think anybody, hardly anyone that I grew up with even knew where I lived, but I lived in a condemned house. It was full of roaches. It was really small. Wasn't necessarily dirty, but, you know, like we had the broken down, you know, garage door, and we had, you know, our lawn wasn't always mowed. And sometimes that was my fault because I was a teenager, but I wasn't really ready to work for something that I didn't feel safe in, or that I was really embarrassed of. But our house was the shittiest house on the street. And, you know, that's really hard to talk about. You know, there's a lot that I said and did in that house that I wish I'd never said or done even. And I think it was really kind of the energy of the whole damn place. So that place is transformed now into something really beautiful. It is it has been integrated into part of the block and part of the city the way it needs to be. And I think this is our most embarrassing point that we're holding on to, that's holding us back. I think this is our most challenging part of us that we're not willing to let go of. And that's what we need to let go of. We need to let go of those old memories because they're probably not even correct anymore. We need to let go of it because it's holding us back. We need to let go of it because that blade is really sharp and you're trying to hold it. It's not okay. Plus, we don't have very good healthcare in this fucking country, so don't cut yourself, okay? Like shit, you know? And if you do, get a fucking tetanus shot, you know? Like, take care of yourself if you do blow it. But look, this is not a blown opportunity, okay? This is a chance to transform. You've transformed four of the swords behind you, okay? It was magical the way that you did that. You did it all by yourself. You didn't have anyone else's help. You did it all by yourself. This last one that you're holding on to, you can let go of that too. There's no reason for you to hold on to that. It's not yours. It never was yours. It wasn't meant for you. Get rid of it. Stop holding on to it. Your back must hurt. Your arms must hurt. Your neck must hurt from holding on to that so hard. Let go. Just let it the fuck go. Whatever that is. So, that's my Venus and Virgo placement. Plus, I'm just really, you know, passionate about that. I said that I would read about the card because 5 of Swords, to see what it says about the person on the card, because I can't just look at this and be like, oh, well, that's supposed to be the saint. Okay, right. The 5 of Swords. In this card, we see a solemn figure. Yeah. In this card, we see a solemn figure grasping one sword close to the chest, while the 4 other swords protrude from the background like tombstones. Although 5 of Swords can mean a technical victory, the deeper feeling is always that of a loss and losing. And yeah, like, so if you're that person that has to have the last word, how does that feel? You know, after you have that last word, after you hear yourself say that last word, after you watch the person's face after you deliver that last word and you know it's shitty, or you know it came out wrong, or oh, you know you didn't mean to say that, but you also didn't take a second not to say it. That's the energy that you're in. That's what you've got to get rid of. That's what you've got to get rid of, because we all do it. And nobody but you is holding on to that shit. And if other people are, then get rid of them. Although 5 of Swords can mean a technical victory, the deeper feeling is always that of a loss and losing. When 5 of Swords comes up in a general reading, it can point to big dissension and fighting, either within your family, close circle, or with your peers. It's very important to pay close attention to the surrounding cards when this card comes up in a reading, in order to get a clear picture of what kind of discord can take place. Well, this might be a discord about, you know, like I was talking about a house. I think we're talking about, you know, like maybe it is that, we had these harsh words because people weren't supporting us. Like, I know that my wife has said, like, sometimes I yell at you because I don't think you're fucking hearing me. And I think all of us feel that way. Like, if you don't feel like somebody is listening to you, even yourself, you raise your voice, So maybe it is that we didn't feel like that we had the support to be, in this mode at that time. Okay. Maybe we just didn't feel like we had that support. And what we did was in order to protect ourselves in whatever way that means for you. But, when we do this kind of stuff, it's not always just like somebody sets out to do or say something. It's just sometimes a reaction. And we're not always taught how to react to our emotions, people. Our parents are not perfect, and we're not perfect people. Our teachers are not perfect. Our therapists are not perfect. Okay. So we're not always taught what to do with this, but we can learn from our own discernment. We can learn from how that feels in our gut. We can learn by looking at that other person's face after you deliver that blow, after you deliver that below the belt, after you deliver that shit on social media that makes you feel better just because you don't feel good in the moment. Like, that's that feeling. So stop it. It's really easy to just stop and let go of it. So anyway, it's very important to pay close attention to the surrounding cards when this card comes up in a reading in order to get a clear picture of what kind of discord can take place. So look, don't let there be any discord about your home, your stability, your financial structure. Those are things that you need to fight for. Those are things that you don't need to shut up about, okay? Those are things that ground you and keep you safe. So if those are the things that you're worried about, then, get rid of this and start talking, okay? Start asking for the support that you deserve, that you need, that you want. It's okay to want it and ask for it. Winning is not always all there is to it. And sometimes an ill-taken victory can taste even sourer than a loss. Let's see here. In a health reading, this card can implicate respiratory problems as well as an injury at work. If you have any allergies, make sure to have the necessary medications with you. EpiPen, that's what I'm hearing. And it is, that season. I love bees, but I'm very allergic to them. And I got to know where my EpiPen is. That's a good thing to know there. And let's see here. If you have any allergies, make sure to have the necessary medications with you. In a spiritual reading, this card points toward a problem with guilt. You need to work on those parts of your soul that still feel the guilt, either resulting from past mistakes or even past lives. Remember, you attract what you vibrate, and you vibrate what you feel, not what you think. So make sure to work on healing your vibration and on balancing your emotions, especially the sense of guilt. Woo! Yes. I mean, I call this deck my Catholic deck. And I know for a fact that Catholics do guilt really well. And because Catholics do guilt really well, I do guilt really well in my daily life. Like, I can do guilt very well if I want to. And I have worked on that like my whole entire life. But it still manifests in strange ways. Like, I can use guilt to sell people, if that makes sense, when I was a salesperson. So guilt. It just kind of keeps you tied to something else and not doing what you're doing. Be here now. Okay. So that is what's going. Ooh, I should just put these cards up here. What's coming in? Stability. Some gatherings, prom, senior night, senior skip day, like all these things that are happening right now, like the beginning of baseball season. Like, you're going to get together, you're going to have some support, you're going to celebrate, whatever that means. Maybe it is that you're, commemorating the Pope in your way, whatever that is, or maybe it is that it's taking you to the cemetery to, visit your loved ones there. Whatever it is, we want peace from that, okay? And we want to continue the support as much as possible, both what we receive from other people and what we're giving to other people. And then what's going out is this feeling of guilt about what we've said or done in the past, or who we are now even, or what people are saying to us. Like, we just got to let go of that sword. Okay. We got to let go of it. Right. So that is the 2-card reading that we normally do for today. And I said that I would hang out and maybe do some other card readings. It looks like we're about 53 minutes in. So I don't really see a chat going on.
There is a chat.
Is there?
Oh. There is a chat in there named Astrology. Wants to know about his career and love life.
Career and love life. Well, I have to say, just based on, intuitive astrology and as far as career and love life. So that's very interesting that you're asking about that. I feel like with your career, there may need to be some type of a change in your career. And I don't mean to change your career, but maybe it is that you're changing who it is that you're working for, or more like what it is that you're doing. Like, maybe it is that you want a different position that's a little bit more challenging for your mind. And if that's the case and you haven't asked for it, or if it doesn't exist for some reason, then create it. That's the intuition I'm getting from that. So that's what I would say about career. And as far as love is concerned, now, as we're looking into our relationships, and we do have that Venus aspect, we do have some Venus aspects, and Venus is in Taurus, like double Taurus today, very grounded. I think that it is that we're all taking stock of what it is that we want our daily lives to look like right now. What is most important to us. And as far as love goes, we really need to put self-love first. I'm going to say this to everybody who asks about love right now. If you can't say that you love yourself, and if you can't look in the mirror and say that you love yourself without, nitpicking everything, I do it to myself. But if you can't do that, then you've got some more work to do, and that kind of love can't come from someone outside of you, but it can come from having a good routine that makes you happy. It can come from, eating the foods that nourish your body and your mind. And it can come from just really radically, taking good care of yourself. And if you have a good relationship with all of those things, there's no reason why you wouldn't be able to attract a love partner right now, especially in this grounded way. In the double Taurus vibes, it may be that if you're dating someone or you're looking to date someone, a great thing to do would be to take them to a very nice place, like a restaurant, if that's the deal, or if it's a show or a theater, like a little bit more upscale. You know what I mean? Taurus doesn't play around. When they like things, they like things. So, Venus, we like expensive stuff. We like shiny things. We also like good meals. We like good hearty meals, but we also like to, try new things. Venus-led people. I'm not a Taurus, but I'm just like, oh, Venus. So I am a Venus sun. And I feel like if you feel like you're ready for a relationship, then you should put yourself out there. And if there's somebody that you've been waiting to ask out, then, when you feel like you're in a good space and you can, communicate that properly, then ask that person. But I feel right now it's more about grounding and figuring out what it is that you want to do day to day. And I don't know, maybe it is that your job is transitioning and then your day-to-day routine is going to look a little bit different. So until you can get those things kind of hashed out in a way, I feel like there's a whole Wheel of Fortune circle going around for you as far as love is concerned. So you might have a lot of different options. And when I see a Wheel of Fortune circle for love, that means there might be 2 or 3 people that you're interested in or that is interested in you. And you might date 2 or 3 people or go on a date with somebody 2 or 3 times, and then you'll know. But my bottom line is you'll know, and right now is a good grounded time, and you have support from the universe to, start something new. But I beg you to start, at home first and figure out what it is that you want and who you are in the world, and then just be your unapologetic self when you put yourself out there to go find your person. And if you're with someone right now and you feel super happy and grounded, it might be, time to take it to the next step. The Four of Wands is about, moving in a room, sharing, I don't know, just sharing some space together in a different way. So if that's also the case, then this is a great time for all of that. I think love is in the air. Just be careful, because for me, there's quick spring romances that happen, kind of like dandelions. They just come and they're pretty and then they go away. Sometimes they leave you with some allergies. So, but the good news about that is if they leave you with allergies, then you know what it is that you don't want. You know what you're allergic to. So you just avoid it, right? So that would be my reading for you. Do you have anybody else in there? No, I don't think there's very many people watching, and that's okay. All right. So since there's not a whole lot of people watching, I think that I will just end this with one of my brand new oracle cards. And this will be, this will just be how we'll end it, whatever it says. Energy for the week. Yeah, just tiny energy for the week, because they're tiny little cards, because I have tiny little hands. Aha, look at that. Addicted to inner peace. We must become addicted to inner peace. And then it says, get your quick fix. That's not very good energy for me, since I like to eat, but I might. All right. Let's get addicted to peace, people. Let's get addicted to peace here first. Oops, that's my microphone. Get addicted to peace here in your throat chakra, in your heart chakra. Just peace. All right. It's not always as easy as it sounds. And I know that I'm like, oh, just go for peace. But listen, it's going to take you a minute. And sometimes peace doesn't feel peaceful. Sometimes peace feels boring. Sometimes peace feels unstable to some of us who thrive in chaos. But really, we need to learn how to be addicted to peace, especially within our own hearts. So be addicted to peace. And thank you so much for joining me, Jennifer Rose here. Melanie will return tomorrow for Astrology Today at 7 a.m. And she releases Astrology Today Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays at 7 a.m. And we'll be back on Sunday at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time to talk about current events, astrology for the week, and to do another live tarot reading. So thank you so much for tuning in with me today. And I look forward to seeing you in our next video.